We are officially 2 days away from Inauguration Day, where Trump will be sworn in to office. Today's the 18th. And so I want to talk in perspective. This week is going to be a lot of retrospective, and I've already got Thursday and Friday's videos planned. I'm doing 2 special videos on Friday. You'll see what those are soon. One is, I've talked about it before, Obama's grade. The other one is one that I came up recently, and you'll see that one on Friday as well. But so we're 2 days away. Today is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, noon, 12:01. Trump is officially president of the United States. Interesting enough, he's going in as the lowest approval rating ever for a president-elect. He's going in roughly around the 37 to 40% in approval. Now, this is very interesting because context. Everything in politics is all about context. Now, in context, Obama had an 84% approval rating. George W. Bush had 61%. Even an election so largely contested and questioned, like George W. Bush's inauguration, where Al Gore won the popular vote in Florida, was a big issue, and they reviewed, and then the Supreme Court said basically, okay, look, we're not going to have states' rights to review as many times as they want. We're going to come in, and George W. Bush is now president. He still had 61% approval rating. Bill Clinton had 67% approval rating coming in January of 92. Or 93, was it? 92? Anyways, so it's not surprising to me. Like, when I don't understand why people think like this is, oh my god, this is a big thing. Like, it's not. Like, when you really put it in context, like, it all makes sense, you know? Like, not even half, let alone a majority of Americans like Donald Trump in these recent polls. You know, Trump, went out and said, these polls are the same. These polls are the same ones that did the election polling, and they were so off. They were so wrong. Wrong. And my reaction to that is, wrong. These polls that happen nationwide, remember, they all have a margin of error. Usually 3 to 5 points are some of the biggest margins of errors I've seen. National polling, you had Clinton up 1, 2, 3 points. So it was, in some, you had Donald Trump up 1 point. So it's in the margin of error. So the polls weren't wrong. They were incredibly close. And then if you're talking statewide, I think it's a little bit more contentious and a little bit more questionable. But on the state issue, you had a lot of states that had Hillary going, and then Trump won that state. But the polling numbers were still in, I think on average, nationwide, you had points ranging for both candidates. On average, all the polls, it was up, it was 1.8% going, leaning one way or the other. And then statewide, it was like 2.6 or something, leaning one way or the other. So you had a lot of polls that were correct, so he's wrong. The polling was not, if he's talking about Washington Post specifically and how they said, oh, Hillary Clinton's got a 99% chance of winning this election, yeah, I would agree that was wrong, but it was wrong. It wasn't rigged. Like, there's a difference between saying something's rigged and something's wrong. Rigging means that they purposely did that. I think they were just wrong because they just thought that it was supposed to go and Hillary was going to win, no questions asked. So I don't really know. But when people say, like, oh my god, like, this is, like, so, like, people say, people don't understand it. People don't understand why he has such a low approval rating. And I understand it pretty well, because when you go around the country saying, look, Mexicans are rapists, they're killers, they're bringing drugs, they're drug dealers, and some, I assume, are good people, and then you have him saying, I like war heroes that weren't captured. Okay, I'd like my war heroes not to be captured. And then you have, oh, grab them by the pussy, I don't even wait. Or you have, I'm thinking of a database for Syrian refugees, and I'm not ruling one out for all Muslims in the community in the United States. when you have him going around saying stuff like that, okay, yeah, people who are Mexicans are going to get offended because he reversed it. He flipped it on his head. That's what people don't understand. People say, oh, no, that's not bigoted. And that's right. No, that is bigoted, and that is incorrect, because what he should have said is he should have said, a lot of them are good people, and some are rapists and killers and have criminal backgrounds, and we don't want them, but a lot of them are good people. He flipped it on his head. Most are killers, rapists, and drug dealers, and some, I assume, a lot of people just skip over the I assume part. You assume that some are good people. Why? Because there's got to be some good people in all groups. Like, you assume he's not even convinced that there are good illegal Mexicans coming across the border. And then you have, I like war heroes that weren't captured. Okay, war heroes that were captured. How do you think they feel about that? They're not war heroes. Are you discrediting them because they were captured? What's that about, Donnie? Tell me what that's about. And then you have women who are getting rightly offended and upset because he grabs them by the pussy. I don't even wait. He was talking specifically about a girl in like 2004, 2005 that he moved on like a bitch. Like, what do you expect when stuff like this happens? And then thinking of a database for all Syrian refugees and not ruling it out for all Muslims already here in the United States. Yeah, some Muslim who just goes to work every day and has a family and works 40 hours a week, has a full time. He goes to work and he pays attention. Yeah, he's gonna get upset. You have women getting upset. You have Mexicans, Muslims, war heroes. You have a bunch of people getting upset over stuff that he said. And so when you go around saying stuff like that, yeah, you're gonna have a 37 to 40% approval rating. You're not even gonna have half the country behind you, because we're not all bigoted and we're not all closed-minded. Some of us don't care if you're gay. Some of us don't care if you want to cut your penis off and get a vagina. None of us care. As long as it's not doing violence to others, then it's no role for me to tell you what you can and cannot do. I don't. That's a libertarian approach to things. It's a very libertarian approach to things. So, look, when you're going around saying shit like that, people get pretty upset, and usually pretty easily.